Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Incubator podcast, where the beats are electric, the vibes are contagious, and the talent is off the charts. I'm your host, the one and only Ed the Manager, here to take you on a wild ride through the world of underground music. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into the untapped realms of music mastery, where the rulebook is thrown out the window and the beats reign supreme. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to highlight something special about this podcast. We're completely self supported with no ads, and we ask for nothing more than your support in the form of a follow, like, and subscribe. It's all about building a community around here for the shared love of music. We're all about keeping it raw and unfiltered. And today, we have a special guest who is making waves in Southwest Florida. Please give a warm welcome to Sway J, a DJ from Dominican Republic who is bringing the electrifying sounds of dembow and curating some of the hottest parties in town. Sway J, it's great to have you here.
What's up, bro? How
What's
you doing?
up?
What's poppin'?
Welcome
Yo.
to the mix, bro.
Yo, this is amazing, bro. This is
Thank you, thank
amazing.
you.
Amazing. I'm so proud of you and the guys for doing this. This is crazy.
Appreciate you. We loved having you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Thank you. Yeah, it's our first or our second episode of this wonderful podcast we just started here.
No, amazing.
So we're really glad to have you here. I know you got a whole lot in the works.
Yeah.
So
But we good here. We good here. I want to
Yeah.
stay here for a while, man. Let's talk. Let's talk.
so
Let's
yeah,
do it.
tell me a little bit about how you got into the scene.
Well, the pandemic started about 3 years ago, and at the time I was working at TSA, and when that happened, I also was having my first child, and it was a crazy time. You know, it was like, yo, we don't know what's going on. We had to stay home. My job was letting me stay home just to be safe, and I was using maternity leave, and my wife, she was like, yo, take this time and go for your dreams. You always talk about music, so let's see if you can make something out of this time. And I started just going on Instagram Live and just growing my platform, you know, growing my name as much as I can through there. And once things started opening up, I was like, all right, let's see if I can actually do this live. And I got the opportunity at Llama House, and it's been crazy since.
Shout out Llama House. Shout
Yeah.
out the Escobar Brothers. and them
Escobar
boys.
Brothers, yes. DJ Tanque, he gave me my first shot. So thank you guys, yes.
Yes,
always.
sir. Thank you to the OGs in the area.
Yes, yes.
But tell me a little bit more about the sounds. Like, how come? What got you? Like, tell me about dembow and.
Well, originally I'm from New York, so I was going to the clubs out there a lot when I was a teenager, and at the time, dembow was just like an up and coming underground thing, and if you were there at that time, you would just listen to that. That was like our way to go to the club. What we listened to at the club, besides hip hop and reggaeton, it was just dembow. But at that time, it wasn't as serious as it is now. You know, it was like it was more of like, you know, just making sounds with a fast reggaeton beat. It wasn't with like raps and stuff like that. It was very just making something out of nothing. And now it just completely different. Right now, I think it's running the urban community, like the genre itself.
Oh yeah.
It's more consistent to me than reggaeton at the time.
For sure.
So it's just crazy how I just, you know, flipped the whole 360 right now. But I came from New York with that, and I wanted to put that sound here because I felt like it was lacking that at the time, and I pushed it as much as I could. I did that. I learned how to play with house with Protege. He taught me along the years. I always had reggaeton in my blood. I'm Dominican, so I have to know merengue, bachata.
For sure.
So I just mixed it all up. I'm from New York, so I know what 50 Cent and Nas and Biggie is, you know. So
For sure.
imagine having all that like put it together. That's what I am, you know. Essentially, that's my essence.
What part of New York did you say you were from?
So I was born in the Bronx, but I was everywhere. I was in New Rochelle, Uptown. I was just always Yonkers. I was always just moving around like every 3 years.
What part would you say had the most influence on your music?
Probably the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Yeah, I was
There's
just
a lot of the Latin influence, right?
Yeah,
All
the Latin.
Dominicans
You,
out
know,
there.
you were in a mixed crowd always. You were with the black kids. You were with the Latino kids. You had some of the white kids that wanted to be like the Latino kids. You know, so it was just like a whole dope mix, and the sound was just unique. You could tell it's from the Bronx.
Yeah.
One of those things.
Man, I remember my first time passing by the Bronx. It was I think I was passing the Yankee Stadium around there. Oh man, that was beautiful. I was obsessed with like New York and the Yankees back then.
Yeah. No,
So
that's a historic landmark, bro.
yeah, for sure.
Every time you see that, it's like, oh, you're in the Bronx.
Yeah. But tell me more like what you said you were working with Danke. He was the first one to put you on,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure you've played with like all the DJs in the area right now.
Yeah.
What's been
For the
like
most part, yeah.
the hottest, like the best collaboration you've done?
Um, I think I disconnected my mic.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The hottest, bro. I can't pick out the hottest. I feel like the one that I connected to the most, obviously, was Protege. Protege, to me, we grew together with this. When the pandemic started, he was my neighbor. So we were like, all right, if we're gonna do this, let's do it together since we're right next door to each other. Let's dedicate the time, and I feel like I always gotta say Protege to me is the most special. But anytime that I get a chance to collaborate with Danke, Jay Martinez, Promo, it's always a great vibe, always a great time.
Oh yeah. Yo, shout out Proto.
Yeah,
I think.
my boy. My boy, I'm gonna see you soon. I'm gonna
Yes,
see you
sir.
soon.
We're gonna see
Let's
you
keep it a
real
secret. Let's keep it a
soon.
secret.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's got a coming out party soon.
Well,
Y'all know.
We're really excited for that.
Yes.
But we'll keep that under wraps.
Yeah. Y'all know.
Let's talk about. You said you're coming back. Tell me, you said you were coming back. You just came back from DR yesterday.
Yes. Last night, actually. Yes.
Tell me about that trip.
Oh man, it was a vacation, well needed. It was my first time in DR in like 15 years. So
Wow.
yeah, it was just like I needed to feel that country again. It was a while, and I had my family with me this time, and it just felt great. Having your kids, being there. We went to the same resort that I used to go to when I was a kid. So it was very like a crazy 360 experience to be there with my family. Got some time off, got some rest, got some sun. I feel so good right now. I feel re-energized.
When was the last time you took some time off from DJing?
I try to take at least once a year, I try to take some type of break, but it wasn't to this extent. This was 7 days of straight, just relaxing. I wasn't even on my phone like that till probably the last day.
Yeah.
So it was just a nice disconnect. Yeah, man. Thank you. You guys got to go. Everybody who's listening, please go to the Dominican Republic at some point this summer.
What part? What are we doing out there?
Go to Puerto Plata. Obviously, everybody knows Punta Cana, La Romana. But Puerto Plata is where I was at. The resort that I stayed at was called The Lifestyle. Check it out. Dope vibes.
Lifestyle. Shout out. Let's get it. Damn. Yeah, we're gonna have to make that trip out there, Noe. By the way, we got our resident DJ V8,
I'm
aka Noe, in the back, putting in work.
We got Sway J in the mix today.
We also
Big shout out to him.
We also
What
got
up,
our boy
V8?
DMV 2.0 in the back over there. Shout out the boy. Also putting in that work behind the scenes.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everyone behind putting in that work for us. But taking it back to DR, you said you have an event there next month.
Yes, I have. We have a nice collective of 12 DJs, I'd say, or more, maybe 12 or 13, and we're gonna be heading towards Santo Domingo, the capital of DR. We're gonna be there for 3 days for all-inclusive resort. The first day we're gonna have Rochi RD, which is one of the pioneers of Dembow right now. He's gonna be performing the first day. And then the second and third day, we're going to have a beach party and a pool party. And also a yacht party, a boat party. And we're going to be DJing out there, having a good time. If you haven't got your tickets yet, please go get them. You don't want to miss this.
Tell us about it. That's what's the name of Colores?
Colores, yes. Colores is the event name. Colores. I have a link actually in my bio in Instagram.
We'll put that down in the description.
But yeah, and trust me, the tickets are actually pretty good price, bro. It's not nothing exaggerated. It's pretty dope to go experience DR, have one of the pioneers of Dembo perform first day, and then have a all-inclusive resort stay with pool, yacht, and beach party with Sway J and 12 other
fire.
DJs. It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
fire.
Yeah, my birthday's coming up and I still don't have plans, so.
Oh,
on
wow,
June
we
13th.
wow. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. But it's June 11th, right?
It's June 8th till June 11th, so it's
June
a
8th
good
to
3-day
11th.
stay. Yeah, June 11th, I believe, is on Sunday. Falls. That's the last day, and then Monday.
Nice. My birthday's on the 13th, so
Oh man, I think we're gonna have to get you out there, bro.
maybe.
Get the podcast traveling to DR.
Oh, shit. Hey, shout out.
Yeah.
Yo,
Might
that'd
see us
be
at DR sometime.
Eloy. I need you to make this happen. Let's see if we get this going.
Yeah.
Eloy is one of the promoters that helped
Hey,
me
shout
get
out, Eloy.
Big shout out. Maybe we can be in DR getting some interviews out there.
Hey, I'm gonna make some calls after this. Let's see what happens.
But that's really what we're all about here. We're all about bringing in the community, the inner circle, which is I want to talk about our other podcast, which is where it's more of like a radio show.
Yeah.
We have all the DJs put on strictly just a show, no ads, no nothing, just straight music for an hour, whatever amount of hours a DJ wants to play. That's really what I want to focus on is the inner circle, just like the people around us that we really fuck with heavy.
Yeah, no,
Give them a chance.
bro. That's a genius idea. That's a genius move that you're making. I support that 100%. I support any entrepreneur that is willing to sacrifice and make these type of efforts just for the love of the community and the love of music. You know, this is dope. This is why we do it. It's not.
Thank you.
It's not just about money. Money makes the world move, but it's not about that at the end of the day. You know, you gotta live with a passion, and I see that with what you're doing. So kudos to you, brother. Kudos.
Appreciate you. And no, of course, kudos to you too, because just as we were talking about a little bit ago, how we started during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And now you're here. You're going to your first festival pretty much
Yeah.
outside the country. So
Yeah.
that's crazy. And I want to know more about how you got that opportunity.
Honestly, bro, I'll be honest with you. It's not all talent in this game. As much as I want to say it is, it really isn't. It's putting the hard work on social media, making the right connections, as you know, meeting the right people, continuously moving, continuously working, continuously showing your improvement, your image, your creativeness on social media. It's a lot of work that you got to do behind the scenes that can put you in the position that I'm in, honestly. My talent, I can't say I'm the best at, I'm only 3 years in doing this, honestly. I'm really good at song selection, I believe, and curating playlists. I'm still in probably not even in my peak in scratching, not even my peak in mixing, completely different genres. But, every day is a learning lesson. I get better every day. I love what I do. If I didn't love this, I don't think I'd be where I'd be at now.
For sure.
I think the love for this is what carries everything for me, honestly. For sure.
You're doing this full time now, right? You're DJing full time.
Yeah. So there's no 9 to 5. I haven't had a job since that TSA job, which was 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me how you got to that point. Like, at what moment did you decide, like, yo, I need to fucking quit this job?
Bro, well, the thing was, I used to go to this job at 4 a.m. And as you know, the clubs here close at 2. So I have a good hour and a half to get ready to go to work, in a sense. So it was weighing on my body physically and mentally. I was just gassed. I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. You go through these tough times mentally, and it's just like, man, I have a family though. I got to take care of my family now. So it's just like, all right, am I going to make this jump and fully commit, or am I going to try and, balance work and career and I just made the jump, and I've been blessed that I had a partner, my wife, and she supports me through all this, and without her, I don't think I would have done that jump at all.
100%.
Shout out to the ladies, the
Yeah.
people behind the scenes as always.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Support.
The strong women behind these DJs. Trust me, not all these DJs are dogs. Some of these DJs actually love what they do and have great women behind them.
Yeah.
And without those women, trust me.
We wouldn't have some of the best parties out here.
Exactly. Yes, yes.
No, that's lit. That's lit.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to them one time.
Yes.
Bringing it back. What we got up next, the brunch, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That's gonna be exciting.
Yes.
Let them know.
Tell us about the last one.
Well, as you know, we kind of all pulled up at the same time, right? It was like,
Pretty much.
yeah, I didn't know what to expect. You know, the idea of the last brunch was the Bad Bunny versus Fade, which
How'd you get that idea?
I had told Sleaze, and I was like, Sleaze, man, look, I wanna DJ with you somewhere, but I don't want it to be a nightclub, and I wanted to have a unique idea. I don't want it to be the same old ladies' night or white party, or no offense to anybody who's doing that, but like I wanted to just jump out the norm. And he was like, let me reach out to Mateo. At the time, he was doing these brunches, but they were more like housey vibes. And I was like, all right, yeah, just reach out, see if we could have one day where we could try something out. And we got the okay. Mateo gave me the okay. He was like, yeah, let's try it out. Let's see what happens. And we agreed to it. When we arrived that day, I still didn't have no idea what we're to expect. We were just like, let's see what happens, see who comes, and see how we can vibe with the crowd. And you were there, man. It was crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
It was a nice vibe too. It was just like everybody was in unison. It was just like it just felt good.
Everyone was vibing together.
Yeah, it just felt good. It felt like just a Sunday party. No thought of nightlife was in there. It was more of just like
I feel like those pre-COVID times.
yeah. It was just, to me, it just felt like Miami, New York type vibes. Like, it's hard to explain that to people that don't understand or who haven't left the city, but it was the closest thing to it, in my opinion. It was just very just dope. Dope is the word that comes to mind. Very unique, very positive vibe in there.
I definitely feel that 100%. As soon as I left, I don't know, bro. It's just, I don't know if it was the girls that I met there or just
Well, yes,
vibes,
there was
everything, right? But
there was that. There was a lot of attractive females
Oh,
there,
yeah.
for sure. That always helps. But the music alongside with, like, I think how it looked,
yeah,
the
the music was like super classic. It took me back too. It
Yeah.
took everyone back.
yeah,
That's another
no,
thing.
we went everywhere. We tried to keep it classy and then also modern.
Yeah.
And then before we actually started the battle, we had it going around with like Afro beats, dembow, reggaeton. We try to just keep it all over fresh, And then once the battle started, we just like, all right, let's see who wants what.
Yeah.
Which at the end of the day, Bad Bunny smoked Fade. I love Fade. I'm a big fan, but Bad Bunny just you can't
yeah.
even compare that guy to anybody right now.
Yeah, no, you can't. Fade is coming up though. I fuck with Fade. I saw him at Viva Urbana live. That was probably the best set of the weekend.
Yeah,
So
I believe
shout
it.
out Fade for
believe it.
that.
Yeah, shout out Colombia.
Yeah, shout out the Colombians. They putting out work,
Mhm.
and it's sounding real good.
Yes.
But definitely looking forward to this next one. That's
Yeah.
Karol G versus
Anuel. Yeah. Yeah. That
Tell us-
one that one wasn't
tell us
fully
about
my
that.
idea. That
Oh,
one
yeah?
No, that one was, we can hear it from the people. So the
I
people
think I got
wanted
a video of it.
Yeah, the people wanted it. It was like at that time, that's when Anuel was starting to talk about Carol and stuff, and that was before this song he just dropped. And we were like, all right, let's see if we do this though, it's gonna cause some type of friction because, there's a lot of Carol G fans, females mostly, and then there's a lot of Anuel fans that are mostly males. So it's gonna bring this toxica/toxico vibe, but we thought it would be a great idea just because it's fresh, something new. And at the end of the day, this is all good vibes. We don't want no problems in there. We just trying
Bro,
to have a good time.
That's really how it was last time. Everyone was
Yeah.
just vibing together.
Yeah.
Just absolutely amazing. The music was good. The food was good. So definitely come on down and check it out if you're not doing anything Sunday.
Yes.
La Santa, located on Immokalee. We're starting at, what time does it start?
It starts at 2, but I'm telling everybody, please get there early. Please. You don't want to get there late. I can't guarantee you a table. I
Oh,
can't.
for real. Last time there was like,
Yeah.
it was hard.
Yeah, this time, imagine this time, bro.
Yeah.
We're trying to think of a way of expanding it because it's just going to get crazy, and we want everybody to fully enjoy it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we have space inside too. So if you do decide to come on down, there's not enough space outside. We'll take it inside too and keep on vibing in there.
Facts.
So-
We actually ended late last time.
Yeah, we went way over.
We were supposed to end at 6, and they were like, no, continue, go.
Oh, man.
I'm like, okay.
We were supposed to go to that comedy show, right?
Yeah, I was going to see Marlon Wayans. He was in
Bro.
town. I had tickets and everything. And when they said stay, I'm like, of course I'm going to stay. These tickets, whatever, you know. This is a vibe that I can't, you know, just shut down.
Oh, yeah.
We had to keep. Even after we ended at 8, people didn't want to leave. We had people in the parking lot playing music, just like, yo, let's keep it going.
Some dude came on with his car. You know, he was Dominican. He had his fucking, all the speakers in his car on full blast. It was lovely.
Yeah, Dominicans, they know how to
Vibe.
party everywhere, bro. That's
Oh,
another thing. If
yeah.
you go to DR, you'll see why we're the way that we are. You'll see why I have a hookah. You'll understand, like, oh, okay, these dudes just want to have a party everywhere, anytime, you know?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what it
for
is.
sure.
Every
Tell
day's
me,
a party.
tell me more about that, about the Dominican culture
Yeah.
and how that influences your music. Like, well, what about it makes it special compared to the other types of reggaeton?
Well, to me, living in a Dominican household, I grew up watching my parents just throw parties for anything. You know, that was, especially my father, that was his thing. That was his niche. He always wanted to have an excuse to throw a party. And his parties were innocent. They were just music, dancing, you know, a little bit of drinking, but not overly, you know, intoxicating people or nothing like that. But just a nice vibe. The same vibe that we had, but just a little bit more Dominican, where they would have more instrumental music, like
Right.
bachata and merengue. But essentially, I grew up to that, and that just stuck with me forever. It's just like part of me. That's who I am. And as the years progressed, the music also progressed, and it evolved into dembow, which is essentially now, you know, our new version of merengue, so to speak. You know, that's what the youth listens to, and
Yeah.
we just love to party. That's once you go to DR, you'll see, they'll tell you, they'll be like, yeah, we'll work like 3 days or 4 days out the week, and then the rest is just party.
Bro,
They take it like
I've-
that. It's like so light, you know.
have you seen the videos from like Cuatro? All of, like,
Yeah,
the-
bro.
Dancing is lit, bro. I'm
Bro,
check it out. Look,
when I was at the resort, I was like, hey, so it's like a Tuesday night. I'm like, hey, so is there anything going on tonight? He's like, bro, there's something going on every night. I'm like, oh, okay. I can see like you guys prioritize having a good time, and there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly,
Nah.
I feel like, you know, the U.S. will put you in this system where it's like you have to work, and it's, you know, you only live once.
exactly.
So you have to enjoy this life, and for me, music is what I enjoy the most. So I try to have as much fun as I can, and that's why I love what I do. Is to me, it's a passion. It's not a job.
I think that too. You know, I was thinking about that, to get philosophical for a second the other day. I was like, damn, that's pretty much the only thing that keeps me alive. Like the thrill of going out, not necessarily to party, but just to hear that music, just to feel that. You know, it gives you that the bumps on your skin. You know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
to take
that
the-
excitement.
Yeah.
That, bro, for me, I had a really hard time going to sleep when I was a teenager. And the only thing that could calm me down with my nerves and anxiety would be music. It's always been one of those things for me that I'm excited to hear any type of new music. It just puts me in this, you know, special place. I don't know how to explain it, especially for DJs that love what they do. Like, anytime you get a chance to perform, it's not taken lightly. It's always like, wow, like we're here playing music for people to enjoy with us. You know, it's a very special privilege for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, you make or break the party. It's it.
You really
the,
do.
If the party's good, it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
You make hella money.
Yeah.
You can get girls. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Something like that.
Something like that. But anyway, no, but they're really, the special kind of person to curate the proper kind of music and to be able to read
Yes.
the crowd
Yes.
and know like, hey, maybe this isn't hitting
Yes.
properly. Maybe tell me
Agreed.
more about that. How do you read the crowd and how do you know what to play and when to play? And how to
So for me, like I told you, when I was in New York, I would go to the clubs a lot as a teenager. So I put my state of mind as if I was still the person in the club. Like, how would I want to listen? Like, if I was somebody walking in, I don't walk in as just the DJ that I'm gonna put this and they have to listen to it. No, I walk in as like, all right, there's a bunch of females here. Okay, look at the age group. They're young. Okay, and then I can look around the crowd. All right, mostly females at this certain age. So then I just go into that mindset. All right, they know this certain music. This is what they most likely like, and I just work my way through that. And if it doesn't work, I continue something else. You know, that's my thought process essentially. I look who's in the crowd. I read the crowd. I see what they move to before I start. If the DJ's playing something, what are the crowd like? What are they getting involved with? What is something that actually sparks them? You know, and then I just keep that going. I think I've learned that though throughout the years of me mastering this DJ thing and the amount of experiences I've had other cities outside of just Southwest Florida. I think that's made me better with reading the crowd for sure.
What do you think sets you apart from other DJs?
My will, my hustle, my grind, my not stopping thing I have. I don't know. I don't think it's my talent. I think my talent is really good, and anybody who hears me can tell you like, hey, yeah, Sway's really good, but talent can only take you so far. I think the will and the passion you can have, it shows on people. You know, you can see it through their phone. You can be on my Instagram and see like, wow, this man really takes this serious. You know, he's really trying to pursue his dream. So I think that's what sticks me out from a lot of DJs. I think a lot of DJs get not stagnant, because that's not the word, but I feel like they get accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and they just don't progress from that. I think I could be wrong, but I think that's what happens.
I think the same thing too, kind of, especially when it comes to like promoters too.
Yeah.
They get stuck in the same.
That's a whole different world, though.
Like, for example, I could not be, promoting for a club for like a few months, like every single weekend, bro. I want to travel. I want to go to different places. I want to explore. Like, I can't be at the same nightclub.
It takes a special kind of person. I know that. You have to have, I guess, that passion in throwing parties, and I don't know. That's a hard job. I can't even shit on promoters at all. Promoters, you guys do a lot, especially the really good ones. You know, like they make sure the party is above and beyond. They make sure that the DJs are taken care of. They make sure that the VIPs are all taken care of.
Yeah.
No excuses. So it's really a hard job, and we gotta appreciate the promoters a lot.
Every part of the.
It's all a collective,
we can't,
job.
We can't
Promoters, the staff in the clubs, the DJs. Everybody's working all together in a sense. So I can't shit on nobody. Everybody's hustling out here.
Yeah, everyone. Without everyone, the wheels don't turn.
That's exactly right. Without the bottle girls, the DJs don't get that pop. The bottle girls promote the DJs too. They pick their favorites from what I've noticed, and then they'll use them, to get more people to come. So it's just like, it's all a big circle. At the end of the day, we all trying to eat. We all have families. We all try to, feed our families.
Exactly.
But it's definitely a collective teamwork type of effort.
For sure. What would you say so far your biggest challenge has been?
Ugh, there's a lot, man. There's a lot. Uh, I'd say, I'd say, probably. I don't want to say create a culture here because it's not true. It's not creating a culture, but it's establishing a culture here where business and business and music is run, I guess, how all the other bigger cities are run. I understand it's a smaller town, where we live, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Naples area. But I feel like my challenge for sure has been trying to introduce that new state of mind out here. It's been very challenging. I've took a lot of shots for trying, but um, it's one of those things that I love what I do, and I know the route, but to introduce that route to people can like ruffle the wrong feathers,
Yeah, I remember the last podcast.
Yeah, man. No shots to nobody. I'm in peace with everybody, love to everybody, but it's just been my, challenge. Everybody knows it too. It's not a secret. It's just been my challenge. But, when God has his timing for everything. So I know with everything building in the city after the hurricane, I feel like in the next 5 to 10 years, that culture thing that I'm talking about will exist. I feel like the more people keep coming to our city, the more our city grows, the more expansion will happen, the more opportunities will happen for our DJs, and nightlife will be a lot better. That's what I believe for sure.
I agree. Yeah, definitely. As the cities are growing here and more venues are opening up, it's definitely. I mean, I'll tell you what. I've been partying in this area for my whole life, and it's definitely better than it was when I first started partying.
I could
like
imagine. I wasn't here
years
for
ago.
that.
Yeah, it's way better. Before we didn't have any house events like at all. If you wanted to go to any type of EDM related event, you'd have to go either to Miami or Tampa.
Yes.
We'd be in Tampa all the freaking time because we had people
Yeah.
that lived over there.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's
I get you.
definitely
I get you. All my peoples, they had to go to Miami or Hollywood to go hear dembo, like the real street dembo.
yeah.
Now you get to hear it. Now luckily, thankfully, DJs here are actually playing more and more of it, and
Yeah.
it's a sound that just uplifts the whole club, especially at a certain time. It just pops the club. It's one of those things. So I'm very appreciative of that. I'm lucky and happy to be around here for that. I'm lucky and happy to help push that here. The whole house scene, that's you guys. I seen that too. I seen how you guys started with the beach. I seen how you guys would go online, the live streams,
Yeah.
Sleaze, Protege, Delio. I've seen it all. You guys are doing the exact same things, just totally different genre.
Yeah.
But
And shout out to Swish too. He has been one of the originators doing a lot of those parties going way back years, keeping it way underground. And we're actually excited to have him on the podcast hopefully soon. We've been in talks low key.
fire.
So shout
No,
out
that's
to OG.
shout out to him. Shout out to anybody that I haven't fully been put on to yet. But I support this movement. I
Hell yeah.
support what you guys are doing because it's needed. Everybody deserves their genre to be played in the city. It's,
For sure.
It's all music at the end of the day.
Everyone deserves a seat at the table.
Facts. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit. But Sway J, bro, tell me more about that hookah. Is that hookah part of you? Like, does it go everywhere with you?
People ask me that more than you know. It's hilarious. It's just one of those things that it helps me calm my nerves for sure. Puts me down into a nice, simple place, and it's just part of the culture, bro. For me, anytime I DJ, I feel like I DJ better. It makes me just feel relaxed, like I'm at home, and it's just one of my vices.
I want to know more about like the culture part of it. How is it so deeply ingrained in Dominican culture?
Well, from what I know, I'm not the holy expert either, but from what I know, I got put onto hookah when I was 16, and I'll never forget. It was a house party had no idea what that shit was. And one of my boys was like, yo, hit this. I'm like, all right. Everybody knew at the time I didn't smoke weed. I was totally against weed at the time. Yeah, believe it or not. I was totally against weed, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll try it. And I was like, okay, this doesn't have weed in it. It has flavor. It doesn't get me too high or whatever. It just puts me just mellow. I'm like, I like this. So it just became one of my vices where it's part of me, part of who I am for sure. I don't do it as much as I used to, for sure. When I was younger, my lungs were better.
Oh yeah.
But the older I got, the more responsibilities I got. I try to limit myself. But anytime I'm in an event or, somewhere I'm in public, I try to have it with me if it's, able, for sure.
And you're not really a big drinker, are you? I haven't really seen you.
No,
At
yeah.
all,
So
really.
so I like I told you, my party days in New York kind of changed all that because I used to go out all the time and I used to drink a lot and smoke hookah a lot. And once I hit a certain age, I think it was like 25, 26, it just slowed down. I was like, all right, I got to sit down and focus now. I have a kid. I have to make it home. I just look at things a little bit more different. I try to always maintain myself where it's like, all right, I'm a responsible grown parent. So I got to make sure I make it home regardless. As much fun as I want to have, it's like at the end of the day, these kids need me. So
Yeah.
I think like that more. And trust me, once you become a parent, you'll see what I'm talking about. It just changes your life.
For sure, I bet.
Yeah, but very inspiring for sure. And it makes you a better human at the end of the day. You could have your drinks here and there. And I ain't going to lie, when I was at the brunch, I was a little tipsy. I ain't going to lie. That was fun. I was there for like 6-7 hours. So at some point, I was going to get good. But I don't try to go to these parties drinking.
Yeah.
I try to stay focused.
It's a job.
Yeah, it's a job. At the end of the day, I got to make myself look responsible. And I got to show promoters and owners that I'm not here to, fuck around. I'm here to do a really good job so then they can call me back.
So with that, give some tips to the new guys,
Mm-hmm.
to the DJs that are just starting off and just, what's some good etiquette for them?
Well, for sure, be responsible, be on time. You are your own, I guess, company. You have to look at yourself as a company, as how you carry yourself. You don't want your company to look or be of bad service. You want to always maintain that pureness of being responsible and just, it's not a party for you. It's a party for them. You're here to curate that party, and that's the same things for not only clubs, even for weddings. I do a bunch of weddings, and a bunch of the families always ask me, hey, come on, take shots with us. And I'm like, hey, look, I'll probably take one, but I can't, party with you guys. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to make sure you guys have the best time. And at the end of the day, you want them to call you back. You want to continue this career. You want to continue having that great promotion and great name of like, oh yeah, this guy, he'll come have the party lit and not have any drinks, not have anything go all crazy. There's stories of DJs going crazy, and
Oh yeah.
I try to avoid that at all costs. And I think the new DJs understand that. I try to tell that to all the new DJs as well. Like, hey, have your fun afterwards, safely. But while you're working, take it super serious, just like any other job, That's really what I can tell anybody coming up. But being on time, I said that first because that one is very important. A lot of people, show up to these jobs and think that it's just like okay to jump right in. And sometimes to be a professional, you have to show up a little bit early, a good hour, half an hour early, and set up. Have your setup time, have your mic checks, have your system checks. That's what makes you stand out as a professional, for sure, in my opinion.
Now, with all that being said, do you have any help? Like, I know it's a lot of work to be editing and scheduling parties and just, it's a full-time job.
Mhm.
You're doing it full-time. Do you have any help? How does that work?
No, it's all me, 100%. Any bookings I get is strictly through me. Any editing, any post that you guys see on Instagram, it's all me. Um, the only help I really get is with videography, with you or RH Visuals or with Kevin.
Shout out Kevin.
Kevin, shout out Kev.
You go.
Anytime I have photographers that I trust or videographers that I trust, I definitely implement them to the creativeness, the ideas that I have. But ideas are all me as well. I'll tell them like, hey, I want this to look like this. Or, once they start editing, I'll give them like a song so we can like mix it up. And but that's really for me one of the the most fun parts about this. This is like if you ever play like my career on 2K or like on FIFA when you make your my player, I look at this as that. You try to put your attributes up. You try to continuously put your attributes up. So if your creativeness, your sharpness on social media keeps rising, so does your player. Essentially, that's how I look at it. So for me, it's fun. It's like, all right, so I get to edit and show the people my creative side and show like, all right, I can put this song with this cool video with my logo. It's just it's a dope feeling to know that you have full control,
of course,
of your company. Essentially, it's dope. I love doing what I do, and it's 100% me. There's nobody. I don't have sponsors yet. I don't have a radio backing me up. I don't have nothing. Just me. Essentially, yeah, it's just me.
That's the most important part, because once you start getting deeper into it, once you start getting contracts and doing those deals and stuff, that gets a lot more complicated. And
I have a lawyer on standby, but that's on standby once those contracts do come, for sure.
How do you know, like, how do you navigate the process? How do you find out, like, just how to do anything, how to reach out to promoters? Like, what tips can you give us, the dirty secrets of how you got to where you are right now?
I learned this in college. One of my teachers, he used to be an intern in MTV, and he told me, look around the people. So, like, if you're looking into somebody, like, let's say I'm looking for an artist, look who the artist is around and become their inner circle. And then that's how you move, essentially. Just establish a friendship or establish a relationship with the people you really want to be around with. So for me, that's really what it's been. It's been pure communication. I look into other DJs, or I look into other promoters and see who they're moving with. And then if I establish a relationship with a DJ, I can then now build on a relationship with the promoter that he's with, in a sense, respectfully. It's not like me cutting throw or cutting lines. It's more of just establishing it. And I'm not a house DJ anywhere at the moment, so I'm continuously traveling and moving. It's just one of those things where as long as you understand that, as long as you're willing to put your body and mentally be always on the go, it could be done. But you have to really put yourself in that spot. And not a lot of people are willing to do that. A lot of people are willing just to stay home and, play around with their area, their zone. But I'm in the mindset that if I grow my audience, grow my relationships, I can essentially play anywhere in the world.
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah, I think and it's been working for me so far. There's no real big secret. It's just establishing relationships, showing your responsibility, your effort and your passion, your image, and I think from the rest of that is just God. I think God has just been with me throughout this whole thing.
What's something that you think you're missing or that you could improve upon right now?
For sure, I want to lose some weight so I can have that physical appearance, because that's really, honestly, that's what I think I need to work on, which I am going to. I think my mic game has gotten a lot better since I first started, but I still have dreams of being way better than what I am now.
You did pretty good at the brunch last time.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a couple drinks in, you get loose, But I think that's really, that's the only two things that come to mind. I'm sure there's many more, but yeah, I guess my physical appearance, I want to be strong enough to withhold this for, years, where I can continuously travel and have a good diet and, maintain that and then look the part. That's the image thing that I told you. It's like promoters look at that, owners look at that. The DJ that's popping right now in DR, his name is DJ Adoni. He's making sounds everywhere, and I feel like one of his biggest attributes is his physical look. Because, most DJs can do what he does, but I feel like the way that he looks attracts a lot of females. A lot of females go then to his YouTube channel just to see him, Essentially, yeah. I'm not trying to just get that attention, but it's, it's really the reality to it. I feel like the attraction is a big factor. I feel like Cristiano Ronaldo has 1 billion followers, not because he's good at soccer, but because of the way he looks, the physical attraction. And I think it's a real thing. So I feel like those two things come to mind for sure.
Hell yeah. I love it. A big thing that I've always carried with me is that health is wealth.
Yes.
So definitely.
Yes.
I've always worked out since I was like 12, 13 years old. I always did sports, some sort of martial arts.
Hey, for real?
Fitness saved my life at one point.
Okay.
I almost drowned, but luckily I was able to swim out of there. But that's a different story for a different time. Yeah, bro, pretty crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Was it at this pool?
No. So
that would have been funny as fuck.
when I was younger, we used to go riding ATVs a lot in the swamp.
Okay.
And this one time, I had a big ass ATV.
Okay.
And it was really dirty. It was all muddy and stuff. So I was taking it to this little ravine, this little canal, to go wash it off. And everyone had warned me, don't go into that canal because it gets deep in some parts. Okay. And there's a heavy current. So I was like,
nah, it's nothing.
Bro, I got a snorkel on my ATV. It could fucking swim if it wanted to, right? So I fucking went in the water with the ATV, and as soon as I got in there, that shit was hella deep.
What?
It just swallowed me and
crazy.
the motorcycle. My motorcycle started rolling underneath me, and I couldn't touch the floor, and I couldn't reach out.
Nah, that's crazy.
And then somehow I was able to grab with one hand the grill of the motorcycle, and with my other hand I reached out of the water, and I was able to grab a branch from one of the trees, and I brought the motorcycle under me, which was a lot lighter under the water.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, how the fuck did you just bring a whole ATV up?
I stood on top of it, and then I just got myself out of the water, and I yelled for help for hours.
What?
And luckily, my uncle's dog, somehow he heard me, and he just ran away. He was chained up, and
dude.
He broke his chain. He ran away, and they chased him, and he led him to me.
That's crazy.
Yo.
Pretty crazy.
That's nuts. Thank God for that dog.
Right?
Bro, shout out that dog. Shout out Spike.
Shit.
Rest in peace, homie.
Oh, damn. Rest in peace, dog.
In peace.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
Rest in peace for sure.
what time are we running on right now?
You got, I would say you got a couple, 20 minutes, 15 minutes though.
You got any questions over there?
Shit.
You said you had some questions you'd like to ask.
Yo, what's up, Sway J, man?
What's up, my boy?
It's the first time I get to meet you, man, and I'm glad that you're here on Inspo.
Thank you, bro.
Man, it's seeing a DJ, from the back, and then seeing, him here, it's a whole different person. And I, you inspired me as a DJ too, because,
Wow, thank you. That means a lot.
When we see you, it's man, he started, from a live stream too.
Yeah.
So
Switch the camera.
It's possible, man. It's possible. That's really inspiring, and thank you for those nice words, bro. I didn't know that.
For sure, man. You being here, it does give us a lot of more motivation, us in the back here.
Yeah.
To keep doing what we're doing.
No, thank you. Thank you,
so-
thank you, thank you.
DMV, hop on the other mic real quick.
Thank you. Wow, those I didn't expect to hear that. Thank you.
Say-
Don't make
say
me
your-
cry on here, bro. Chill.
Now we
Y'all
gotta
look tough.
No, we gotta, you know, we gotta motivate each other. Like you said,
Yes.
it's a culture, it's a community,
Yes, yes,
and
for sure.
you know that's what we do here.
And I'm not the only one either. Like, you know, I've been fortunate enough to be in this position, but it doesn't just go with me. Like, you know, Protege gets a lot of this credit as well.
Yeah.
Protege, without Protege, I'm not here. Protege, I inspired Protege to continue DJing. He already knew a little bit, but he had no interest. Like, he's like, nah, man. He was trying to do a career and all that. And once the pandemic hit, he was like, all right, let's all do it. And with him saying, yeah, it lit this fire where I was like, all right, so I have somebody, you know, that can relate with me with this music passion that wants to just try and complete a dream, you know. And once that happened, I was like, all right, if I can do it, Protege can do it. Anybody up and coming can do it. It's just work ethic. It's just nonstop. It's just, you know, really committing into this. You know, it's not a lifestyle where it's just all party and games. You can look like that on Instagram, but in reality, it's all being professional. You know,
I think that's my biggest thing is just post all your fun stuff on Instagram.
Facts.
Post it on
Yeah,
social media.
no, post
Make-
it.
Make it look like, you know, your life. Is
Make it look
perfect.
like you're rich and famous like Drake. Make it look like you're popping out here. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to motivate yourself and show people what your potential could be. If you guys seen my post 3 years ago, I was doing the same thing that I am now. I just had less resources.
Yeah.
It's the same state of mind though. It was just like, all right, whatever I can or do have here, let's put it out in the world and show like, oh, there's something, you know. And the more resources and more relationships you build, the more this thing can grow. And that's really all it is.
True.
Just growing it from the bottom and continuing, you know, continue striving. You're going to go through a lot of ups and a lot of downs. You're going to go through a lot of hating shit. You're going to go through, you know, personal life problems. You're going to go through just a bunch of shit being thrown at you, but you got to consistently stay on that pace. Like, this is really what I want to do. Nothing can stop me. Nothing's going to get in my way. And that's it. It sounds like some corny shit that I'm saying, but it's true. It's really what's helped me.
Some
Yeah.
wisdom. Some
Yeah.
words of wisdom.
I'm like a pastor right now.
Oh boy, preaching over here.
6,000 languages, and they speak facts today.
Yeah, look. There was a joke I heard in DR. It was like, yo, I speak 3 languages: English, Spanish, and bullshit.
Sometimes you gotta speak that language, man.
Yeah.
Right. Feel like that.
Yeah, man.
Sure. Gentlemen, behind the scenes, anything you would like to say or mention, bring up?
Ooh, we got another one, man. I would say, what's like the worst thing that's kind of happened to you in the scene? I mean, I know on the last podcast we were talking about like forgetting something, equipment,
Oh shit.
or you know, or did you have an issue at the club? You know, I know that you talked about
Yeah.
having the monitors working, you know, coming an hour early beforehand.
Yeah.
What would you say you had? Did you ever have like a scenario like that you can kind of describe to
Yeah.
everyone?
Wow, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's happened to me probably in the first 2 years. I've had a couple incidents. You're making me relive them. Damn. No.
It's how you
It
become
happens.
better.
Yeah, no, it happens to all of us. Honestly, it's really gonna happen to you. It's gonna happen to any up and coming DJ, and it's one of those things you take it in the jaw, but you don't let it, you know, phase you forever. It's gonna hurt that first night because you want to provide a good night for everybody, but sometimes things just don't happen like you want it to. One of the things that I can recall was I think my computer needed like a full reset or some shit like that, and I was in the middle of a mix,
Yeah.
and my shit just stopped, and it was like a full-on crowd, bro. Imagine like I think we had at least 300 people in there or something like that.
Yeah, it's
And-
happened before.
Bro, I've had shit like that, or I've had where my charger wasn't working, so my shit was gonna die in like 2 seconds.
Oh,
And I needed like a backup DJ to come real quick until I could fix,
yeah.
shit like that will happen. And it's like, all right, it's part of the game. You can't let it discourage you. It's gonna happen, bro. That sometimes you're gonna leave with your charger, you'll leave your controller, something crazy. That's why when I say stay professional, I'm telling you, and being on time, that helps you for stuff like that. Because if I do get an hour early to a location, but I left my microphone or whatever, I still have time where I can recoup and seeing what I can do next or who I can call to make some adjustments. That's where the professionalism matters and counts. That's what makes you a professional, where any little mistake, you avoid it because of time. And I think that's for sure what's helped me.
We can go over a little bit on time. That's fine.
Shit. We can go. We got that old tea for him. We'll stay here all night. Let's do
Hey,
it.
I love this. You let me know. I light up another charcoal. We straight.
We can keep going. Shoot, man. That's those you gotta sometimes revive those stories because you get better from that.
No,
You know,
yeah,
you,
for sure.
you learn from that mistake and you gotta
Sure.
live with it. So
For sure. And like I said,
I like you.
every DJ will go through this. I don't want to put that, I don't want that to happen to every DJ. But once it does happen to you, it just makes you better automatically because you're going to try to avoid that from ever happening again. So you're going to always make sure your systems are on point. You're going to always have a second case of wires. You're going to always have a backup to a backup. It just gets through your brain through time, and it does suck at the moment. I ain't gonna lie. That shit breaks your heart. It's like, damn, I'm the worst DJ out here. I'm ass, bro.
nope.
But you can't let your brain play with you. It's just
Exactly.
It just happens, It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
A soccer player doesn't start professional when they kick that ball.
Nah, nobody.
Right.
Nobody.
When
You
we
got-
touched the controller, we weren't professionals. Trust me.
No. People, every time I tell them this 3-year, thing, that I started on IG, they're like, oh, wow, it was just that easy, huh? It's like, no, they don't know the stories like this. They don't know the being broke in the beginning, They don't understand, like, yo, this money, I need this money just to get back home to put gas because I don't have enough money, to move back and forth. They don't know the struggle that it took me these 3 years. But I guess I make it look like it's not like that, but it's for sure. It definitely has its challenges. But again, if you love what you do and if you're responsible, it all comes back full circle. For me, that's what's been helping me, that and my belief with God. I feel like for sure God has been with me throughout this whole travel. There's no way that I meet Ed 3 years ago or 2 years ago and now we're here, that these coincidences just don't happen. It's not a coincidence. I feel like God has been putting pieces into my life where it just evolves my career. Honestly, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, you're getting opportunities put in front of you, but you're actively
Yes.
chasing those opportunities.
Yes.
too,
Somebody
know,
told me that the other day. It's like, yeah, you could thank God, but you're the one actually opening the doors.
Exactly.
He'll give you the doors, but you have to make that door open. So
Yeah.
yes, essentially you have you have to have that will.
Yeah,
which
God's
what
gonna
I
help
told
you,
you.
but you can't help you if you don't help yourself.
Yes. And like I told you, I'm not the most talented. I will never say I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. I think I'm really good at certain things, yes. But what makes me different from everybody else is my will, my nonstop, my passion to continuously grow, no matter the circumstance, no matter the genre, no matter, I'm here for it. This is what I wanted to do, and I feed my family off of this. So it's just like, this is me now,
Hell yeah.
Gift and a curse.
That's the purpose behind Incubator.
Yeah.
To
We do here.
to incubate success for artists.
Yes.
In a manner that is raw
Yeah.
and uncut and open source, so that we don't keep it to ourselves. We keep it open so everyone else can learn too. That's why I ask you about how you got to where you are, so other people can know and
Yeah.
achieve that too.
Yeah. And anything that I said is not just for DJs. Every word I've said has been just consistency, professionalism, responsible. that's for any career, any entrepreneur, anybody listening. Like anything you want to achieve, you just gotta put your feet down and have your belief in God. Once those doors happen, continuously just to open them. Just don't stop. Message anybody you have to message every day. Have belief that it will happen, and it will.
That's a really big driving force behind Inspo was, it started out a few years ago in college. I was in the entrepreneurship program, and I'm an entrepreneurship alumni from there, or however you say it. But that's kind of where it started. All the ideas and things that I push here are things that I learned in that program.
Yeah.
And all throughout, I've worked in marketing since I was, 18, and I'm 26 now, so almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Where I've constantly gained that knowledge, and I'm putting that to work for the DJs that we have here.
That's dope. See, I didn't know that, bro. You keep blowing my brain with this shit. This is crazy. How I've been with this man for years. I don't know what the hell he been doing.
Exactly.
I don't know what he been doing, man. He went to Vegas and he was doing some shit. I'm like, oh, what the hell you doing out there? Oh, yeah, I'm some marketing shit. I'm like, oh, okay. And then today, if you guys, whoever comes here, you're going to see what I'm talking about. This shit's beautiful. This is exactly what Southwest Florida needs. This is dope. The boys out here do a great job.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Thank you,
guys are killing with this shit.
Thank you.
Round of applause for yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
DMV, would you like to add anything special?
Hello, testing.
Hey.
Hello, everybody.
What to do?
All I want to say is just keep doing your thing, man. We're all watching you.
Thank you.
We've been watching you for a while. We watch all the other underground artists here.
Thank you.
And we really enjoy seeing all types of different genres come together, especially when we all, love the same music. And
Yeah.
So literally all I want to say is just keep doing your thing, keep inspiring people, because
Thank you.
you truly are an inspiration.
Wow.
Along with many others that aren't here momentarily. And we're all stuck in this same game together. We're all doing this. We're making our sacrifices so that we're able to do this.
Amen.
And hopefully in the future we can have something so much more bigger, or even as we were talking about before, where we start our own festival, because we have the resources, we have the people for it. I mean,
Yeah.
shit, who knows? Coming soon.
Who knows? Hey, sign me up.
Yes, sir.
I'm in there. Put me through. Yeah,
Right.
no, thank you, bro. Thank you. These words, I did not wait for these words.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
We're always around, man. We're always around.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. So, any future plans or any upcoming things you would like to highlight?
Okay, so tonight, Friday night, I will be at Canela Lounge for the first time. That is probably, I think, the biggest club in West Palm. I think they fill up with like 300, 400 people, something like that. So I can't wait to
West
play.
Palm?
Yeah, West Palm. It's called Canela Lounge. I'll be there tonight, Friday night. My set's from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. Have a wedding tomorrow, Saturday. And then Sunday, we have brunch.
The brunch.
The
La
brunch
Santa.
at La Santa. Please, everybody get there on time. Get there early, because there's not going to be no
Be there
tables.
or be square.
Please, this is the biggest party of Memorial Weekend. I'm not lying. I've been telling everybody that since like the last 3 weeks. It's the biggest party of Memorial Weekend. We got a lot of surprises you don't even know yet. A lot of surprises, yeah. You want me to tell them?
No.
I'll tell you off the
Keep
camera.
it surprised.
We got some surprises for that. Colores, June 8th till June 11th. I just got confirmed for New York, end of June. I'll put those dates soon. And just catch me all summer moving around, guys. I just thank you for the support. Thank you for everybody watching. Thank you to my family. Thank you to my friends. Thank you to anybody who's been supporting this crazy-ass dream. Thank you to you, Ed. Thank you to the boys here for giving me this platform. Thank you for letting me bring my hookah.
Of course.
No, but seriously, thank you guys, and I'm just humbled and appreciative of this. I can't wait till you guys see this and hear this, and love.
Thank you. Let the people know where they can find you.
Instagram is really the main source. My Instagram is at DJ SwayJ _. Once you get on my Instagram, I have a link tree where it has all my other links for my accounts. That's really my main account. I don't want to tell every other account because then I'll be lying. I really just get on Instagram and I transfer everything with what's it called, with TikTok. So I'm trying to get my social media game up there. Like, trust me, like everybody else. I know shit hard.
And if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can check down the links in the description. I'll put his links as well.
Yes.
So Sway J,
Yes.
thank you for coming out.
Thank you, bro.
We love having you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You had some great advice for us.
Yes.
And for the new upcoming DJs, really wish you luck in your future endeavors.
Yes.
And thank you for being here.
No, thank you. And hopefully this ain't the last, bro.
No, for
For
sure.
sure.
No.
Appreciate you.
Once we got that festival, yo, we coming back.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Save that. Watch.
Thank you, bro.
Bro, love, bro. That's hard.